Hi, Curslings. Today we're talking about the resilient Jenkins, as last Friday, Drew Jenkins went live and revealed some interesting things about life in the motel room. See, while Drew was live last Friday, Stephanie could be heard in the background getting really upset with one of her daughters because she had the nerve to ask for something to eat. Even going so far as to proclaim loudly that people are gonna think you're starving or something.
Outside of work, things that he has going on, and hey.
Mom, can I get something to eat? Yeah, Bella, you can.
Yeah,
I think you're starving when you literally just have a 3-course meal that you fucking didn't even.
No, I don't directly fire. I'm not the one coming up with the paperwork and all that stuff. But I am the one that's saying, hey, go home. I don't want him on the crew anymore. And then it goes from there. So no, I'm not the one directly firing him. No, come on. Of course, HR is the only one hiring and firing. If you want to be that technical about things, work from home wife, we can. But come on.
Then, a little while later into the live stream, Stephanie will get upset again when her daughter, presumably the same child, once more asks for something to eat. Stephanie would get so upset, in fact, that she would gaslight her and say, I already told you can have something to eat, even though we, at least the audience, hadn't heard that exchange. So if it happened, it was really quiet.
Can I get something to eat?
Can you stop asking me that when I already said yes? Go in there and do it. That's frustrating because I've told you yes 3 times and you just keep acting like you're being starved.
Yeah.
Even Drew will get exasperated during this live stream because apparently, Drew has been doing all sorts of wonderful things for the family, like bringing home donuts and playing PS5, and thus it's not a big request for, I guess, this kid to do their chores, which they've decided is the problem here.
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if I can stay on and drive and do like my gig work and stuff like that. I don't know if it. Why did it get so bright all of a sudden? This light be tripping. I'd have to see. Oh. Mamas, holy crap. You be having.
Do what I asked you to do.
Addison.
This is why I never do lives.
It doesn't matter.
I'm constantly on.
It is what it is. Addison, we have this conversation all the time. I got you all trying to pique your guys' mood all up this morning for a special treat and stuffy and donuts. Went out of my way. And what are you giving again? Why?
I don't like the dishes.
No one does. Go. Yeah, go. It teaches them responsibility, even if we're in this situation. It teaches them responsibility. They have to do chores once in a while. They have to.
One thing that it seems like people can't grasp is that our life still goes on, whether we're in this situation or not.
Now, suffice it to say, there's a lot to unpack here. We've always suspected that food is heavily controlled in the Jenkins motel room, and this interaction or series of interactions seems to confirm that, unfortunately.
Can I get something to eat?
Can you stop asking me that when I already said yes? Go in there and do it. That's frustrating because I've told you yes 3 times and you just keep acting like you're being starved.
Yeah.
Then there's the way Stephanie chose to respond to her child asking for something to eat. She berates her. She gets upset with her. She's basically telling her kid, I made food for you, and you still have the audacity to be hungry. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like kids have big appetites and need to eat regularly. So I find Stephanie's reaction to this really strange. I'm a mother of a picky eater. And getting my kid to eat can be super challenging. He has good days and he has bad days. And the days that he eats, and he eats a lot and a lot of variety, and he's willing to try new things, are amazing days. But then there's days where it doesn't matter what I put in front of him, he's not going to eat it. I compensate for this by essentially being a babushka. I am constantly offering him food. I am constantly checking in with him and asking if he's okay, if he needs something to eat, and letting him know that there is food available. If you get hungry, there's this in the fridge, there's this in the pantry. Let me know and I can get you this. Do you want me to do that? Like I'm a babushka. I eat. Constantly. It's to the point where my son even has his own drawer in the pantry. I have a pull-out pantry that's just loaded with things that he can reach and he can easily access in case he gets snacky. Because again, I don't ever want him to be hungry. So to me, Stephanie getting exasperated and inconvenienced by her child expressing a very normal need is a red flag. It's a huge red flag. Food is a bare minimum thing. Hunger is a multiple times a day thing. It's a multiple times a day problem. So I don't know why she's getting upset about it. Wait, yes, I do. It's because she told us. She doesn't want people thinking her kids are underfed. This is about perception, optics, not because the child is actually hungry and could have eaten their whole dinner and still have been hungry, because kids are like that sometimes. No, it's because the haters are going to latch on to this. She was kind of right. You know what I mean? It's bonkers. It's bonkers.
I think you're starving when you literally just had a 3-course meal that you fucking didn't. Can you stop asking me that when I already said yes? That's frustrating me because I've told you yes 3 times and you just keep acting like you're being starving.
And it's the way that Stephanie chooses to handle this interaction that I just find really telling. Because like I said, it sounds like food is being controlled and restricted inside their home, motel room. And yeah, sure, an argument could be made that this could be being informed by the loss of SNAP benefits and just their general situation, the lack of liquid finances, money, whatever. Okay, sure. But with everything we know about Stephanie Thompson and the way that she and Drew prioritize themselves and their comfort over their children, I just don't buy that excuse, that explanation that I'm sure people are going to be ready to jump in with. I don't buy it. Especially when Stephanie just purchased a $300 Ninja oven thingy, or at least $300 Canadian. I don't know what she actually paid for it. I just know it's expensive. Or the fact that she always seems to have money for more kitchen gadgets. She buys a lot of kitchen gadgets. She's been doing it every couple months. So there's money there for stuff like that, right? Or even gardening. They always seem to have money for gardening. And yet, not food? If that's the argument people are going to try to lead with, if they have money for these things, they have money to feed their kids and have snacks available so that if their kids are still hungry, they can still eat. I like it. But like I said, I don't think affordability is the issue here. I think this is control. This is just Stephanie being a hag. Now, some folks have begun to theorize that the reason Stephanie over-seasons her food is so that it will be unpalatable to the kids, leaving more food for Stephanie and Drew. And I can see how this could be the case, because the amount of seasonings that Stephanie uses, I don't think all kids would be willing to eat. Again, I'm a mother of a picky eater, so he's not going to eat any of the stuff she prepares anyways. But I also know he's very particular. Like, he has a hard time with sour flavors, although he doesn't mind bitter. He prefers dark chocolate to, say, salt and vinegar chips. He's more preferential to basic sweet, basic savory, and nothing more. He doesn't like spicy. He doesn't like strong flavors. It's possible Stephanie's kids are different, but maybe not. Maybe the reason why her daughter didn't finish her dinner and is now asking for more food is because dinner was not palatable to her. Because it was over-seasoned. It was horrible. I could see that being the case. And the fact that there are people on Reddit saying that their abusive parent used to do this specifically so that they wouldn't eat, I have doubt. It leaves room for doubt, I should say. I'm questioning if this is what's happening. Like, could this be what is happening? Maybe. Then there's the fact that Stephanie and Drew continue to berate and talk about their child in front of her and her siblings and an entire live stream audience, which is just super inappropriate. That's not an appropriate way to handle that situation. But then again, we are talking about Stephanie and Drew, who have no sense of boundaries, no sense of propriety, no sense of just like maturity, emotional maturity. So it makes sense for them, but it's also awful. And it's their attitude through it that I just find very gross. It's just, ugh. It's giving, I do the barest minimum for you. How dare you not do what we want you to?
Do what I asked you to do.
Addison.
This is why I never do lives.
It doesn't matter.
I'm constantly on.
It is what it is. Addison, we have this conversation all the time. I got you all trying to pique your guys' mood all up this morning for a special treat and stuffy and donuts. Went out of my way. And what are you giving again? Why?
I don't like to do.
No one does. Go. Yeah, go.
In my opinion, all this live stream has managed to do is confirm to us what we already thought about Stephanie and Drew as parents, as if we needed additional confirmation. But specifically when it comes to food and food security. I mean, Arlita and Monty's mama have already said as much. They have said that DS told his mother Desiree that he does not get to have second helpings, or that he even knew to ask for second helpings. It's so unnormalized in the Jenkins home that he doesn't know to ask for more food when he's hungry. He just goes without. Which, by the way, that makes me irrationally angry. Again, because I'm a babushka. I'm a babushka with my kid. Eat more. You know, like, I just cannot imagine my kid being hungry and I'm not doing anything about it. And they're not expressing it to me because they've learned that expressing it to me gets this reaction. It gets this kind of response. Horrifying. At the same time, this isn't really surprising to me either, because Stephanie idolizes what she calls Southern parenting, which is just her way of romanticizing the abusive parts of the authoritarian parenting style. It's the old, you eat what you're giving or you starve method, which I don't agree with. And I know that there are people watching this who maybe they do agree with that, and that's you, but I don't agree with withholding food as a form of punishment. I don't agree with not feeding your child because they didn't eat what's on their plate. But that's also because I have a picky eater. And that method doesn't do anything. It doesn't help my child become a better eater. It just reinforces negative consequences. It just makes it even more negative for him. There's no benefit in that for me. I'd rather my kid eat than not eat. Oh, yeah. I can't stand the Jenkins. Every time I open Reddit, I feel like I just see something else that just makes like a vein in my forehead start pulsing. I can't comprehend how two adults can be this neglectful and this unself-aware and this convinced that they are doing a great job, because every parent I know, good parent or normal parent, I should say, we struggle with insecurity and fear that we're making the mistakes that our parents made, or we're harming our children, or we didn't handle something right, and wanting to make sure that we raise the healthiest, most confident, emotionally secure, well-attached child as possible. And that creates a lot of anxiety because you want your child to thrive, right? So anything that even seems like it could be inflicting harm, I just don't get how they can be so comfortable with it, I guess. I don't understand it. It is so frustrating to see unfold. And the doubling down, the tripling down, the, ooh, your kid should be able to ask for more food. They should be able to say, hey, I'm still hungry. Can I have something to eat? Or even if they didn't eat their dinner, they should be able to say, hey, I'm hungry. Can I have something? And in an ideal world, they should just be able to go feed themselves, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. It also kind of blows out of the water that whole thing Stephanie tried to claim, which is her kids can always have more. Because I think she tried to claim that at some point, and this is suggesting that was also a lie. But again, Stephanie lies all the time, so are we surprised? No, we're not. Anyway, that's it for me. I want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and subscribing with a big, big thank you to my mods and members as always. You guys are rad, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!